So I seem to have been stricken with a case of the hiccups. So apologies right now. Oh, I just did it. If I hiccup through the video, this is my first time doing Top 5 Wednesday, hosted by Ginger Reed Zelaney. I think I pronounced that right. Let me look. Okay, yeah, it's Ginger Reed Zelaney. Anyways, and I just keep hiccuping. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is, guys, make me stop hiccuping. Oh my word. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is the top 5 books that you would recommend to new readers. I wasn't sure how to interpret that, so I took it as just people who weren't into reading when they were young. I took that as people who weren't into reading as they were growing up and now are getting into it. Like, now they love reading, but they didn't love reading before, instead of, little kids learning to read. So, the first book that I would recommend for new readers, or book number 5, as they would have it, is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. And I know that I think a lot of people are going to be YA focused with this, but for me personally, when I was really getting to reading, like more so than I was when I was really getting into reading on a more serious level in college, as in I was spending a lot more of my free time reading as opposed to the things I was doing before. I'm not going to tell you those things. One of the books that I fell head over heels in love with was 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. He is the author of The Kite Runner, as you can see here. I thought this book was better than The Kite Runner. It's a beautifully written story about two women who are connected by the same man who is an evil, awful person. It's about sacrifice, it's about friendship, it's about family. This is a beautiful, beautiful book, and I can't recommend it enough. And it's one where the landscape is interesting, the sociology is interesting, the interactions between the characters is interesting, and the writing is beautiful. So I guess if you're a new reader of adult books, as in you want to read something literary and maybe not a YA, like maybe you want to take a break from YA but aren't quite sure where to begin, I would recommend that you begin with 1,000 Splendid Suns. It's a really great book. Next up, number 4 on my list of books that I would recommend to new readers is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valenti. I realize that this is the longest book title ever, but this is a book that really can set your imagination on fire. I mean, this book is so imaginative. It's got a very strong heroine who isn't always perfect. She's not always brave. She's kind of a normal girl. The girl's name in the book is September, and so basically she ends up in Fairyland, and it's kind of an homage to Wonderland. This book is amazing. That's probably the easiest way that I can put it. Oh my god, I can't stop hiccuping. I love this book, and I would recommend it to any new reader, especially a new reader of fantasy who isn't quite sure what to start with. This will ease you into the genre, I think. Third on my list, number 3 of my top 5 books for new readers, is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And I realize I'm being cliche with this. I'm sure that many of you have read this in high school. I love this book. This is in my top 5 favorite books of all time. I think that there's some great lessons in it on how to be a good human being. How to treat other people, how to act without prejudice, how to stand up for what's right. Atticus Finch is a hero. I mean, maybe not a hero, but a role model. And then there's Scout and her brother Jem and Boo Radley. I love this book. I love the writing in it. I love that, women are described as being like tea cakes. That's actually a part in the book where she's describing all the females that she's seeing. Scout is describing. I love this book so much. And, if you read it in high school and you hated it or you haven't read it yet, I would say give this book a chance as a grown up just to see, see whether you like it or not. It's worth it. I think that it gets better with age. I understand it better now that I'm older. I really, really, really love this book, and I recommend it with all my heart to new readers. To new readers on my little countdown is the Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. This is also in my top 5 favorite books of all time. This is another book that has so much imagination to it. Amazing world building, amazing word play, interesting characters. You gotta love Milo and the dog Tuck. At least that's Tuck. Okay, I do remember this correctly. I reread this book over and over and over and over and over as a kid. I haven't really read it as a grown-up, post college, post high school. I think I did read this once in college, but I love this book. It's, again, one of my favorite books ever. It's gotten me through some very tough spots in life. I think that there's, again, great lessons to be learned from it. The writing is fantastic. If you want a book that will show you why words are amazing, why they're powerful, why they matter, read The Phantom Tollbooth. I think that this is one book that will get new readers on a path of wanting to read as much as possible because words are fantastic. So. And finally, number 1 on my list of books for new readers is Harry Potter. I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in my hand because some jackwad stole my copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. That or I misplaced it, but I think it's stolen. And I say stolen because I let Tony's mom's friends borrow my copy, and I have yet to see it, and that makes me mad. Don't steal my Harry Potter. Anyways, this is the number 1 book that I am recommending because this is a cultural phenomenon. These books make people love reading. There's imagination in them. There's characters that you fall in love with. J.K. Rowling builds a whole entire world, and it's amazing what she does. I think you'll read these books and you'll ship Ron and Hermione if you are awesome. You will decide that you want to be in one of the houses. I personally think that I would be a Slytherin, but knowing you might be a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw. These books, I think that they make you a part of something that's bigger than any one person. These are books that are perfect for communal reading. Like, when I read these, I felt like I was a part of a large reading community. They made me feel connected to so many people. I actually, this is kind of a weird confession, but I don't have any tattoos, and I want to get a tattoo, and I am thinking of getting the Deathly Hallows symbol on my arm. I don't have any tattoos, and so I'm thinking of getting the Deathly Hallows symbol right on my forearm with You'll Stay With Me, and then Until the Very End, written in the Harry Potter Lumos font. I love these books. And again, I think that if you're a new reader and you want support, you want people to encourage you in your reading journey along the way, you could do worse than Harry Potter. I think that Harry Potter will make you feel like you're a part of something larger. I think that Harry Potter will make you feel as though you're part of a cultural phenomenon, and that's amazing. I can't recommend this series enough. And again, continuing with my theme of top 5 favorite books ever in my life, beyond top 5 books that I would recommend to new readers, Harry Potter is one of those. So I'm wondering, do you have any books in common with me for the top 5 that you would recommend to new readers? Let me know down in the comments. Send me the link to your video. You can go on Goodreads, look up Top 5 Wednesday, and see who else is participating.